The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the January 9th, the magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out, what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Would love to hear from you. You can call us at 877-927-6648. Now, if you got a question, but you just can't call in, you can always send me an email. For that, you send that to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Magical Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. We got a sea of green out there. If you take a look at my screens out here, the Dow's up 262, about 0.8%, 1 3/10 for the S&P, 50 points, 2.25% for the Nasdaq. That's up 243, 1 2/10 for the Russell. That's up 21, 3.5% for the semis. That's 93 points to the upside. Gold's up $10, silver's up 10 pennies, light sweet crude is up $1.79. Natural gas is up 38 cents. That's a 10% move to the upside. Looks like it may have bottomed. We'll identify where resistance is at. And the 30-year Treasury printed out at 129.18. That is up 11 ticks. Leading the charge, dollar-wise, the upside, you got Mercado Libre, up 4% or $35. Right behind it, Azamil Holdings, about 5.5% or $33. LBL by Rio Pharma, up $21, 92%. Monolithic Power Systems up about 6% or $21, and BlackRock up 21. That's about a 3% move to the upside. To the downside, you've got Regeneron Pharmaceuticals off 45 bucks, 6%. Lululemon, $29, 9%. Novacure, $15, 14%. Ascendis Pharmaceuticals, $11. Northrop Grumman is down about 3%. That's 15 points to the downside. So what are the markets doing? Where do we go? Well, if we go take a look at the equity futures, let's do that first here. Take a look at the 4 different contracts. Here's what we see right now. We see that the ES Mini is trading above resistance. Resistance is the top of its daily profile. A close today above 39.54 and a second close tomorrow above that will suggest that we may have a change in trend. Now, where price should move to next would be, because I don't have any profiles, additional daily profiles, would be the retracement. The retracement for the most recent high down to the low. That would take us up to the 40-30 level. That would be the 0.618 retracement level for the ES Mini. If we take a look at the NQ, right now it is trading above the top of a bearish structure daily profile. That needs a close today above 11,281, and again a close above that tomorrow. Same thing. Where's the next price projection level? Again, we would go take a look at our retracement tool. We'll go from the high that came in on December 13th down to the low that formed on December 28th. You can see that right now the NQ is sitting right at the 0.382 retracement of 11,362. So you don't want to just see a close above 11,280, the top of that bear structured daily profile. You'd really like to see a close of 11,362. If we do, then the suggestion is you move up to the next retracement level, and that would be the 0.618 area, and that's at 11,735. If you take a look at the Dow, we already have all that drawn in there. Friday was a close above the top of its daily profile. The top of its daily profile is 33,702. A second close today above that, which seems like a likely outcome. We're already above yesterday's or Friday's high. We're above Friday's high in all all four of the equity future contracts. So the Dow should go target the 34,256 area. Now, folks, I'm not saying price stops there. I'm just giving you the next price target area. And while that's going on with the ES targeting the 4030 level, the NQ targeting 11,735, the Dow 34,256, the Russell should take a run for the top of its profile. And that's up at the 1853. So overall, that's what's going on. Now, what will help the market in this case here continue to move higher? Well, it could be the potential failure of the U.S. dollar index. So the U.S. dollar index generated a Rhodes mental indicator bottom on December 15th. It's a very cool pattern that I developed. I teach it. You just subscribe to Mastering Probability. You'll get a workshop that tells you exactly how we take a look at it. A close today below 102.875 would negate that pattern, and that would suggest lower price. Lower price to where? Well, if we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, that's the chart that's next to it, you can see the rising trend line. It's not that much further below. If I were to give you an estimate or a guesstimate, it's around 102.21 or so. But before price can even get down there, price is going to deal with the bottom of the bullish structured monthly profile, and that's at 102.66. So even if price does close below 102.875, hey, the daily RMI pattern would be gone. Another one would likely be triggered. That would need another bullish reversal candle to confirm. But you can see that the U.S. dollar index is really sitting near support. Whether it's the daily, again, testing support, whether it's the weekly that's got that rising trend line, or the monthly that has that bullish structured set of profiles out there. And we're just early into the month, so it's too early to call there. So Coda inside the Tiger's Den wanted to take a look at the U.S. dollar index. There we go. Those are the numbers. Those are the levels to be watching. Likewise, what Coda also wanted to do was take a look at the euro. So for the euro, we're going to switch over to my white background charts. We'll take a look at what it's communicating to us. And we'll start here with the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, let me just expand out the chart code. What you'll see is this topped about 4 or 5 weeks ago. It was the week that ended December the 16th with a TD9 count. Now that level is also under attack by the euro. If the euro on a weekly basis, not what it does today, what it does on Friday, but if we do get a close of 107.364, then the euro is on a weekly basis is suggesting it wants to make a move all the way up to the 117 area. The 117 area, 1.1755 to be exact, that is its TD9 count breakdown level. So what you're going to want to watch certainly during the day, but most certainly on Friday, is going to be that 107.364 because that is the TD9 count top, and a close above that negates that pattern. On a daily time frame for the euro, there's an A to B equals CD that was confirmed here with a bear sash candle on December the 15th. And therefore, it closed above that, and that is at 1.0736. That pattern will get negated. We're already at 1.0740. So on a daily basis, that pattern will get negated and suggest higher price. If we take a look at the other charts out here to see if there's anything else for us to pick up on, the 30-minute chart will complete at 11:30 a TD9 count top. So that suggests the euro should pull back. The U.S. dollar should move higher. That's just simply based upon the 30-minute time frame chart. That's the only one at the moment that I see a confirmed topping pattern. Hope that helps you out, Coda. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. We've got the Dow trading up 277 points, S&P 53, NASDAQ 254. The Russell's up 23 points. We're going to go take a look at natural gas here. So let's get to the this chart out here. So we take a look at natural gas. We're going to draw in the A to B equals CD pattern. Another very cool tool. If we take a look at that, the A point, actually all the points are very easy to identify. You've got the high from August 23rd. The low out here formed on October 24th. The C point formed on November 23rd out there. That C point was a 59% retracement, so very close to that 0.618. But price was traveling along that, or is still traveling along that left side of that C to D area. Nonetheless, this did reach the 1-to-1 area. We always wait on a to B equals CD pattern, no matter what time frame you trade, for the cavalry to arrive, and that's where you're looking for those bullish or bearish reversal candles. Now, the day is not over. Right now, we still have a three-river Morningstar pattern that has formed out here. Price needs to close halfway into the bar from January the 5th. You can go do that calculation out there. I don't know exactly where that's at right now. I know we have a Morningstar candle formation. If we do, then that would confirm a buy the D point pattern. Now, one price target would be, because this is a bullish structured profile, price is trading above the center of that bullish structured profile, which is at 398. Typically, when price closes above the center of a bullish structured profile or below the center of a bearish structured profile, in the case of a bullish structured profile, price will make its way to the top. Bearish structured, price will make its way down to the bottom, the top or the bottom being support or resistance. In this case here, we're looking at resistance. So one level of resistance for any move higher, if we do get that three-river Morningstar candle formation at day's end, is going to be 477. Let's go ahead and move over to the white background charts now, which we take a look at natural gas, because it's just easier to draw those A to B equals CD patterns on the black background charts. So now we go take a look at the white background charts. What else do we see? Well, we can see natural gas has tested its lows from back in December of 2020. So far, that has held. On the weekly chart, the weekly would also have an A to B equals CD pattern, but that would need a bullish reversal candle. That is not based upon today's candle. It would be based upon what does it look like at week's end on Friday. Another potential level of resistance, if we get that three-river Morningstar candle formation, is going to be up at the 382 area. 382. Well, you know what? Hold on. I gave you the. I want to change over to the March contract here on my other chart and make sure that that still is forming a new profile today. It is. Okay, so it is forming a new profile, but it is a much smaller profile. In fact, I'll go back and show you. We'll go back and forth. If maybe somebody in the den, you can do this for me. Can you go to the UNG and see which future contract or contracts are actually inside of the UNG? Because that's really important, folks out there, is that you want to understand the underlying instrument, which in this case here could be the March contract. It might be the February contract for natural gas, but you need to understand that here, let's say it's the March contract. Well, then what's good to know is that the resistance level is at 387 for it. So you got 387, and then you have 382. We'll switch back to my other chart, the white background charts. That's your resistance zone out here on and so this could be just a counter trend move out there. Likely it's not. And the reason I say likely it's not is because right now we've got a rejection of that swing point from back in 2020 on the monthly time frame. The weekly needs the rest of the week to confirm some type of bullish reversal candle. And the daily, well, that would be confirming an A to B equals CD to the downside. So it is the February contract. Thank you, Coda, for that. So if we go back, so on the February contract then, now the white background charts that you're looking at here, and I'm not going to change them, is the March contract. What I will do for the daily time frame to give you the oscillator and change line, so I'll just switch this screen back, and then I will do it a different way. So here's that A to B equals CD to the downside, different way. So I'm just going to open up a new chart. So give me a moment here to get a new chart going. We got natural gas. And we want the G contract out here. Okay, so the daily, it's weekly. I don't want a weekly. I want a daily. Let's get the daily chart. You're not seeing what I'm seeing because I'm just trying to get a new chart out here. So this will populate momentarily. And then from here, I should be able to give you the, that is not right. Oh, geez. NG 0223. So the black background charts use the letters for the futures contract. The Ninja Trader charts use the actual physical month, and sometimes I get that screwed up. So you got 419. So 419 is going to be, if you're trading the UNG, is a level that with regard to the natural gas contract until it rolls over to March, you want to see price get above. And if price get above 419, that red oscillator and change line, that would be where a counter trend rally would stall. Then what you'd be looking for is to move to that 477 level. And above 477, we would likely have a change in trend signal. So that's what's going on with natural gas. I hope that helps you out, Coda, or anyone else. I don't think you actually had asked about it. But I know that a lot of folks were taking a look at natural gas. So wait till day's end, I would say, and you kind of go from there. Let's go take a look at some other requests. Let me close this down so I can free up some memory out here. And we're going to go take a look at, I believe, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're on the black background charts? Yeah. Let's stay with this. There was a request that came in, I believe, on Friday. Friday I did the show early. I'll do the Friday show again early this coming week. But there was a question about uranium, and I apologize. I don't recall who asked. But here's what the ticker symbol is URA. I believe this is what was asked about. I didn't look at my emails this morning, but I think this was it. Now, what URA is doing, having a very nice bullish day, it is taking on the B point of an A to B equals CD, or potential A to B equals CD point. And that's at 2198. That was November the 11th. 11/11/2022. You got to love that. That high out there is the key level of 2198. Did volume of 1.9 million shares. Well, shoot, right now you're at 1.2 million shares. So it's going to have the volume. We should have the volume. Now what price needs to do is close above 2198. If it does that, that will trigger an A to B equals CD pattern. That will give us a price projection of where we would anticipate price would head to. That A to B equals CD would take us up towards the 2251 level, maybe 2346. If we take a look at the weekly chart, prices above weekly profiles. It has held the monthly profile. So uranium having a nice day. You'd like to see it close above that 2128 level out there. And thanks for being patient, whoever you were, and waiting for Stevie to get to it on Monday. Now let's go take a look at some other requests that have come in. One has come in. Well, let me get to it first here. DocuSign. DocuSign, this is requested by SNP inside our Tiger's Den. And so as we take a look at DocuSign right now is trading out at 55.84. DOCU, by the way, is the ticker symbol. It is traded above the top of its daily profile, and also right now it's green oscillator and change line. Folks, those are bullish conditions. That doesn't mean it doesn't have a battle ahead, because it most certainly does. And on the daily time frame, that battle would either be the bearish engulfing candle. That's going to be the first one. That's a trading day of January 4th. That resistance level is the high of that candle, or 59.09. If price can overcome that, then the next resistance point is going to be the bear sash candle, but because the high came in on the prior candle, that's the resistance level, and that would be at 61.60. So DocuSign should continue to move higher. It should go target that swing point from January the 4th. You've got another resistance point at 59.78. That's the top of the weekly profile out there. And above that, 67.35 becomes your price target, the TD9 count, breakdown level on a weekly time frame. That's DocuSign. We'll be right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got the Dow trading out at 33,914. That's up 284 points, about 0.8%, 1.5%. For the S&P or 55 points. We're taking a look at the stock charts here for Uber, U-B-E-R. That is for S&P as well. Uber having a wonderful day out here. It's got some nice volume behind the move so far today. In just the first couple hours of trading for Uber is 10 million shares. And that 10 million shares is taking out a TD9 count breakdown resistance level, which is 137.11. You can see this formed a nice TD9 count bottom and wave number 7. That came in on December the 27th out there. And we've seen a nice move since. So Uber should continue to move higher. Where's the next resistance point? Well, we're at 27.86 right now. The next resistance point is on the weekly time frame, and that's at 28.27. Above that, you then have resistance at 30.30. and 30.93. And then finally above that, 34.41, the weekly TD 9-count breakdown resistance level. So Uber looks good. Today is bar number 7. If this rally continues, you could get a TD 9-count top between tomorrow and Thursday out there. So just something to pay attention to. But otherwise, Uber looks very good. So I hope that helps you out, S&P. Thanks much for the request. The next request coming from JJ. And James wants to go take a look at Amazon. AMZN is the ticker symbol. Amazon confirmed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern. It did that when it formed that bull separating candle on December 29th. Now what we have is price trading with inside its profile, its resistance level, that Amazon that is at 91.48. There is a new weekly profile that is formed. There is also wave number 7 pattern that looks like that will confirm this week. So that's a bottom. So the daily has a bottom. The weekly looks like it'll have a bottom. Its next move, if price can clear 91.48, would get you up to 92.61. That's where the battle would be. That's where the defense is at. And then you've got the safeties. They're sitting at 97.08. So if price can clear 92.61, they ought to be able to take that ball down to the 97.08 area out there. On a monthly basis, Amazon is actually bottomed as well, or potentially bottomed. Not bottom with a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom or a TD 9-count or a buy the D point pattern out there, but instead what this did was this top with wave number 7, the top with the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and that has taken price all the way back to its breakout level. And that's a key area, but 81.30. So we know right now at 11:32 on the morning on the 9th of January is you've got a nice bottom in Amazon on the daily, on the weekly, and it also appears on the monthly as well. Price should continue higher. Again, you're looking at 91.48, 92.61, 97.08 out there, and then eventually 121.38. So I hope that helps you out, James. I guess I should really read your question, right? It is, would you like your short you'd like the short to medium term for Amazon. You're not in it, but you are looking at that. And Cloud hearing a lot of negative news. Well, I can only share with you what buyers and sellers are doing, what the technical patterns are out here, and so we're not really giving you any kind of opinion. But I can tell you, Amazon has formed a bottom at this stage of the game, at least on as of January 9th. So, JJ, thanks so much for the request out there. Have a happy New Year, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon. Tim writes in, and Tim wants to take a look at one of my favorite Christmas movies, Elf. So let's get the Elfie one, ELF, up here on the screen. Now, ELF, many of you probably know that that's really not a Santa stock, or maybe it is. But Elf is the ELF Beauty Inc. And the question from Tim goes like this. I'd like to take a long position in Elf Beauty ELF. Please take a look at the daily and the weekly time frames. So this is going to be a little bit more complicated. The monthly time frame is in bar number 8 of a TD9 count. Now that just tells you that there could be a top between this month and March. Well, geez, Stevie, thanks for narrowing that down. Well, the weekly chart, what it did last week, was it negated a TD9 count top. So that's a bullish signal. Price this morning pulled back, tested, rejected the top of the profile that it also closed above. It's above its green oscillator and change line. You wanted to know what the look was on the weekly time frame. The intermediate term time frame for ELF is bullish as we speak right now. Now, a bearish reversal candle would confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We don't know whether that will or when or if that will happen, but right now the weekly time frame is bullish. So too is the daily. The daily had a TD9 count top as well. That TD9 count was on November 28th, and that was taken out on Friday as well. Prices above the top of its daily profile, prices above its green oscillator and change line, which is at 57.48, and so it too is bullish. So we know the monthly has the potential for a top somewhere down the road out there because it is forming bar number 8. And it could be this month out there, but we can't make that call. If we look at the 30-minute time frame chart, so this thing is in major breakout mode out there, and so to look for a trade, I'm going to open up the 30-minute time frame chart, see if there's anything here that may have assisted us in days past, and nothing that I see. Nothing that I really see that's solid. So where are you going to enter this thing? Right now today, I would have to say you'd wait for another pullback. You wait for another pullback to where, I mean, I'd say 56.93, that's the top of that weekly profile, which was tested. And then you got 57.48, the daily time frame. This one's just a little bit more difficult. So I think what you're going to have to do is, well, I know what you're going to have to do. The average true range on this, by the way, is $1.74, Tim. So your stop, wherever you get in, your stop needs to be 174 times 1.618. And all that does, and let's just say that that's $3. I know it's not $3, but if it was $3, then all you're doing is you're taking your risk capital, 1% of whatever your account balance is, your liquid account balance that is, and then what you would do is, let's say it's 10 grand, that'd be $100. You take that $100, you divide it by 3, that's how many shares. That's basically a position size formula out there. And so that's what I've got for ELF. It is a very good looking stock chart out there. I hope that helps you out. I wish I could find a better real entry area into this or a pattern, but I didn't see it on the 30-minute chart, and we'd really have to study it much further. Let's go to our next request out here. That's coming in from HD, and HD wants to take a look at Rigatoni. RIG is the ticker symbol, so let's get that fired up here and go see what Transocean Rig is doing out there. Transocean Limited, RIG. Sorry, I'm still having a data issue. The folks at Ninja have not been able to figure this one out. Hopefully we get it figured out today, because it's causing Stevie all kinds of problems out here. So we take a look at RIG. The question is, could you please look at RIG for a long, please? Well, this gets back to the same like ELF. You're going to have to chase this one. Why chase this one? Hey, you're above daily profiles, the green oscillator and change line, the daily time frame, the weekly time frame. That's a bullish signal. The monthly time frame, it's a red oscillator and change line, but price is above the top of that profile. So that is bullish. What really needs to occur out here, this could be RIG. It could be a monthly A to B equals CD to the upside. The monthly swing point is from March of 2022 out there. 836 million. I don't know where we're going to finish the month of January. Right now we're at 97 million shares out there. So it's got potential. But I don't know if it's got a lot of potential. But that could set up an A to B equals CD to the upside. So you're looking for an entry price. Let's take a look at a 30-minute time frame chart, see if RIG maybe helps us out better than we could find on ELF. And yeah, in RIG, the beauty here, if you were looking for an entry, then you had wave number 7. You had a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom pattern out here. One that formed at 1,500 hours on January 3rd. Another one at 10 o'clock on January 4th out there. I think you've got to wait for retracement. That's really what you have to do. And ideally, you'll see some type of bottom pattern on a 30-minute time frame to go take you into RIG. But I'm not saying you can't chase it. I just don't have a buy point for you other than just jumping in, holding your nose, and hoping for the best. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. So we got the Dow trade up 222, S&P up 47, NASDAQ 100 233. That's 2% to the upside. Let's go to our next question. Next question coming in from Hector and Patty. And Hector and Patty want to know what? First, the question or the email goes like this. Happy Marvelous Monday. Happy Marvelous Money-Making Monday. You got to love that. MPC. Is there a possible A to B equals CD to the upside on the weekly basis? Love when that B point has low volume, as this becomes an easy target to blow away. So as we take a look at MPC, I'm going to go ahead and change over to the black background chart. Well, we'll do that momentarily. On the daily time frame chart, we can see price above a green oscillator and change line above the top of its daily profiles. That is bullish. On a weekly time frame, price is testing resistance out here. Net resistance is the oscillator and change line. That's printed 119.57. You'd love to see it close above that, Hector and Patty, on a weekly basis, because that will then take you up towards its TD9 count weekly top, its Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, and that top is with a price point of 127.62. There is resistance at the top of the weekly profile at 125.02. The monthly time frame last month formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, but price is above its profile, price is above its green oscillator and change line. Therefore, the monthly signal is neutral. The daily signal is not neutral. You just have a TD9 count Rhodes Momentum Indicator top with price consolidating with inside that profile. You specifically were asking about the A to B equals CD pattern. So we're going to go take, now you were asking about that on a weekly basis, I think, was it? So possibly A to B equals CD up on weekly. Let's go take a look at the daily time frame, Hector and Patty. That's going to make it easier. The reason why I say it's going to make it easier is because, is that right? No, I don't think that's right. That's not the right chart. That's weird. Let me try to get to these black background charts here. I'm not sure what Stevie did. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we've got it. Let's go switch over to the area here. Type in MPC. MPC, by the way, folks, that is Marathon Petroleum. So on the daily time frame, let's take a look at that first out here, Hector and Patty. And so you've got a swing point that took place on the trading day of December 27th. Volume there, 2.4 million shares. Of course, light volume trading because of the holiday. Today, you are up above that level, and you are up above it with 1.1 million shares. So you're going against 2.4. You certainly should have the volume today, and a close above that high, which is 117.11, should confirm a daily A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Let's go figure out where that takes us to. The A point being down here at December 9th, the B point being that swing on the 27th of December. That retraced right down basically to test support, the bottom of its profile. That was on January 4th, and you can see you've already hit the 1-to-1 area. However, the price move along that C to D leg is on the left-hand side. That is a strong side on the move higher. So, short of a bearish reversal candle, which we don't have, but you would have if price closed below Friday's open at the 116.85 or 116.82. Once open was use 116.82. A close below 116.82 would tell you that MPC, Hector, at least on a daily time frame, is getting ready to retrace. That retracement target would be that green oscillator and change line at the 114.80 level. We don't have that pattern today, and or at this point at 11:45. Instead, the pattern suggests to move up to the 122 level. Turns out 125 is the top of that profile. You talked about that B point on a weekly basis, which had 14 million shares. You're at 1 million share today. Through 11:46, I understand if you just do the straight line math on that you can get to more volume. But is it going to take it out? I don't know. Last week, price was pushing, it tested and rejected the bottom of that swing point. Again, that swing point at 14 million. Last week, you were in with 15 million. So when you test a swing point, and did it close below? Let me make sure. 116.59. Last week close 116.82. I take that out. I take that back. Price closed above, is traded into that swing point with volume. Usually you get up and you test that high, but you've got resistance at 125.02. Here's the answer to your question. I don't know. I don't know whether a weekly chart will turn into an A to B equals CD pattern. I hear you on the volume aspect of it. I'd focus on the daily because of the pattern that is involved there. And so I do hope that helps you out. And thanks so much for taking the time to write in. The next question coming from a Jim P. And Jim, he's a platinum guy. Platinum, he wants to take a look at, has had a great run since September from the 807 level. What does your profile show for the next 2 to 4 weeks? Thanks. That is Jim in Palm Harbor. So let's go take a look at our multi-panel set of charts here for platinum. This multi-set of charts out here, the longest time frame is going to be the daily, Jim, and we're going to expand this out. Now, Jim, I know that you are a TD9 aficionado, and so you know, or must know, or should know, that today is going to confirm a TD9 count top for the April 2023 platinum contract, and it's doing it right at the top of its profile. And the top of its profile is at the price point of 1142.10. We're at 1104 right now. Now, even though it's going to complete a TD9 count pattern today, what price might just do is pull back to its oscillator and change line, and that's at the 1081.40 level. Now, that, as you know, that number is going to go up and down as price moves up and down, so you have to use that as a ballpark. But if price did close below the green oscillator and change line, that would then set up a run either to 985.20, where price broke out from, or the bottom of the profile at 1010.60. So on the daily basis, it says, okay, just be careful out here, maybe getting ready to top. Well, if it's getting ready to top there, we ought to see some tops on the intraday time periods. What do we have out here? Well, you've got a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top and wave number 7 pattern. That took place at 2300 hours, and it did that last night. Now, what price hasn't done is busted any levels of support or anything, but price could pull back to the 1092 area out here, but still looks pretty. I'd have to go more with a neutral call at this moment on the 5-hour chart, but be aware it's got some topping patterns, as does the 4-hour chart. These are kind of confirming they're confirming what we just took a look at on the daily chart out there. Nothing on the 120 that sticks out at me. Nothing that I like to TD9 count top on the 60-minute chart. Rhodes Momentum Indicator top on the 30-minute chart out here. So what's going to happen in order for platinum to really get on its nice way to move to the up, and I'm not saying you jettison the position here. You're in from a nice low area. If you've got a longer-term view, I just want you to prepare and anticipate and expect that it would not be out of the question to see some type of retracement that's formed. I'd say the chart patterns are leaning more neutral to bullish, even with those tops. Just be aware of that. So your question was, what does the profile show for the next 2 to 4 weeks? The profile really for platinum that you're looking at is at 1121. I don't think I gave you that figure, but if I did, I want to give it to you again. I'm sorry. It's 1112.10 is the top of that daily profile, and the bottom of the daily profile out there is 1010.60. So I hope that helps you out, Jim, with regard to platinum. If not, go ahead and write back, and I'll make sure I get you the information that you're looking for. The next question that we're going to, maybe the last question, is from Ray. Is that Ray in Sarasota? It is Ray in Sarasota. He wants to take a look at Hecla. So let's see if we can get the Hecla charts up on my screen out here. Hecla having a very nice day. Bar number 7 today. It is above the top of its daily profile. Its green oscillator and change line, the same condition on a weekly basis. It's taking out a swing point. It took out a swing point last week on Friday. That swing point that it took out had volume of 64 million last week. The volume inside of Hecla was, only 35 million shares. Nonetheless, it still could be an A to B equals C to the upside. Ray, let's finish taking a look at Hecla. And I should really read your question, make sure I answer your question when we get back from this break.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. One of our wingmen, two of them, we had Mr. Bill and Flip. Were kind enough to tell me I didn't have my platinum charts or any of the charts showing at that stage. Here's the platinum charts. Here's the daily TD9 count top. You can see that completes the day. Here's the 5-hour chart. You'll see the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Same for the 240. Same for the 30-minute chart out there. So that's really what we reviewed out here. And I just suggest caution to Jim. We're expecting to anticipate a pullback or retracement. In Ray's case, Ray was asking about support or resistance. So when we take a look at Hecla out here, get the Hecla charts up here, the support level is going to be 586. That's on the daily time frame. The resistance level, next resistance level, is up at 697 on a daily time frame. Support on the weekly, 590. Resistance, I'd have to go with the April 29th, 2022 high, 738. And 721 is resistance on the monthly. 542 is support on the monthly as well. Ray also wanted to take a look at Nordic American Tankers. NAT is a ticker symbol there. Again, asking the same questions here. Nordic American Tankers, well, let me just make sure I've got all the data here. I believe that I do. It looks to me like Nordic American Tankers is getting ready to head lower because it has negated a TD 9-count bottom out there. And prices below the bottom of its profile, prices below its red oscillator and change line. Nordic American Tankers rate could be targeting 249. That's its breakout area. If I look at a weekly time frame chart, prices below profile as well. So that suggests lower price out here. On a monthly time frame, there was a confirmed sell the D point pattern that confirmed in December when it generated that bearish engulfing candle. Here, support is going to be at either 276 or below that around 258. That's Nordic American Tankers. So I hope that provides you with all the information you were looking for, Ray. So as we head out here for the show, what you should expect, what we should expect, what everybody should expect is at least a rally that lasts through today. It's possible that that rally, where's my screen here? It's possible that rally takes a pause tomorrow. Why would that be, Stevie? Here's your NQ out here. And if you take a look at your NQ, this is a daily time frame, you'll see that rallies or counter trend moves typically last 2 bars. 2 bars. Today, well, that'll become bar number 2. Folks, stay tuned. We got great programming lined up for you. I'll see you tomorrow on Terrific Tuesday. Please have a marvelous, magical Monday. Take care.